Welcome guys. Today I have for you a Myford model HPM. This machine is wired for 440 volts and we'll just get right into it. On the left hand side we do have the coolant tank. Over here this is the hydraulic tank, and then we do have the cabinet and control system. This machine does run traverse and plunge. We do have our feed options, whether you want it to feed on the left or right. Spark out right here. This is going to tell you the rotation of your workhead, which we'll demonstrate forwards and reverse. And then this is going to be our hydraulics. This will tell our coolant system whether you want to turn on with our workhead or our wheel head. And then this will turn on our wheel head. With that being said, we'll get started with the hydraulics. I did mention this machine can be ran manually. So as you can see, this hand wheel, as long as it's pulled out, and this knob is in the red position right here, you could run the hand wheel. Adjustable dogs, you just unloosen them and then you could bring them out. I don't currently have an Allen key right now. And then you could run your head in and out with this hand wheel right here. We'll get our work head started for you, or wheel head rather. And then when we're ready to start our cycle, we could go over here and press this button. Oh, sorry, I apologize. Once you have everything set up for a traverse mode, which is simply bringing the lever up here to about 1 o'clock, this one to about 11 o'clock, and then you're ready to go depending on what you're gonna do. You'll go start that. You can see the head rapids in and our table is now starting. This is going to be our control for our table speed. This isn't a very fast machine at all, but you can see it slowly creeping. I do have it up all the way right now. So at the end of each traverse, this should down feed. This is going to be your knobs for your coarse feed and your fine feed. If the camera just wants to come down here and take a look at the counter over here. So at the end of each traverse, that little arrow is going to keep going down till it hits the fine feed. Once it hits the fine feed, it will start fine feeding until it hits 0. There is the spark out, as I mentioned. And then it'll kick back and it'll retract. As you can see, it just fed down a little bit more. And that's the general gist of it. Once it swaps, once it hits that other triangle, like I mentioned, it'll go over to fine feed, which is adjusted with these two knobs right underneath over here. You can taper the table. Simply unloosen this bolt along with another corresponding bolt on the other side. Play with this and then it will go ahead and swivel in whichever direction you'd like to go. Go ahead, open that up a little bit for you guys. As you can see, now we're in the fine feed. This right here is going to be for our tarry. So the more that we have it open, the longer that it tarries for in both directions. I think I have it closed right now. Well, we did just finish our spark out cycle and the head did just retract. So with that being said, we'll start a plunge cycle. With this dial over here, simply just bring it down 1. We'll go over here to our little lever, push it up, make sure our feed for the table is off. And now our table is just going to go plunge feed in, fine feed right now, and then it's at a spark out. I'll increase the spark out time just a little for you. The way you adjust your fine feed adjustment would be this knob over here. Will cause the final triangle to move forwards or backwards, whichever direction you'd like. This guy right back here is going to go ahead and give you your actual feed, how far back you are away from the machine. So I will just go ahead and run the plunge one more time for you. If you'd like to come on in and just take a look at this after the cycle's up, give you another idea of the feed. We are sparking out, so in a second we will retract. So now we're retracting, and I will start this cycle just one more time so the camera can get an idea of what's going on right here. Head's gonna wrap it in, and then it'll start feeding. Fine feed, and then spark out and retract. If you want to just take a look over here, this is going to be for our work head. It is variable, so with that being said, I'll demonstrate that real quick for you. See it increasing speed and lowering the speed. So that basically wraps it up for this machine. Again, this is going to be the Myford model HPM wired for 440 volts. Thank you very much.